get our hands on this thing and see what we got.
We definitely had them all around us. I'm talking literally all around us.
Now the emotion's starting to set in. Unbelievable.
Down to the wire.
He's coming in. Thank you.
This week on Double Lung Outdoors, we're going to head down to Crezo Springs. We're going to be hunting on the Holden Pasture deer lease with Brett Holden, chasing some big South Texas whitetail. Along the way, it's actually beautiful country. We encountered some big windmill blades, and you definitely don't actually realize how big they are until you can kind of pull up the side of them, or they'll pull by you, and they are definitely a large blade. Made the drive down, finally got to Holden Pasture deer lease. First thing we did, we got in, got our bow out, got it shot, the elite ritual. Well, we finally made it to the Holden Pasture lease. It's in between Crezo Springs and Eagle Pass. We were here about a year ago, and I mean, we've been excited to get back here. Last year was great. We shot 2 great deer, hoping they're out moving. We're excited. You're watching Double Lung Outdoors here in Crezo Springs. We've gotten to the blind, and for 3 guys that are pushing 225, 230, 240, it's going to be tight. I think they call them turtle blinds. We're going to definitely have to get quiet in here.
No, there he is right there. Yeah, there he is. He's right behind them cactus. He's coming out right there.
When those deer come out, we have to get quiet because, I mean, they are a little skittish. We got deer coming in, definitely some great deer. It's going to be a real challenge this year to get one of these big deer down.
He don't like something. There's another deer coming. There's another buck, I think. I've got the green light on that I mean is a toad. He keeps playing a cat and mouse game with us. He wants to come, then he backs off. And hopefully he'll come in here.
Day one comes to an end. Great evening. You know, we had 3 or 4 bucks pass through here. We had the green light on the big 8, but he just did not make his way over in front of us. You know, was successful day on seeing some good deer. Joe's headed to get the vehicle. We're going to call this an end for the day and get back and get us something to eat and get a good night's rest and get ready for tomorrow.
Southern Ohio Outfitters is your premier 100% fair chase whitetail hunting operation. Southern Ohio Outfitters has been guiding hunters to their trophy of a lifetime since 2005. Call or text Dave Lusk at the number below. You're watching Double Lung Outdoors TV.
Well, we're here on our first morning here in South Texas on the Holden Pasture lease. We got in here yesterday evening, kind of midday, went out just kind of see what was going on. But we're going to go back to the same blind this morning. It's going to be tight. We're going to have to kind of get quiet. Hopefully a deer will come in that we can take a look at. Well, we've made it to our little hunting blind that we're going to be in this morning. Joe's dropped us off. He's going put the truck off, come back, and hopefully these deer will be moving this morning. We have just a little light shower last night. It's kind of cool this morning. It's been hot here for the last 3 or 4 days, they said, so hopefully this little cool front pushing through here will get the deer moving. We actually just had the deer, they just all kind of boogered off to where we can kind of give an update, but we definitely had a bunch of, good deer out in front of us. Just didn't happen for us. There was one big 8, but he was borderline, but big 10 out here. I mean, there were several of them actually. But we probably got another, I don't know, hour or so, Joe, give or take an hour or so to sit here, see what happens, and anything could step out at any moment. The morning hunt come to an end. Just didn't work out for us. Again, we had, phenomenal deer in here. One big 8, but I think they'd said he had some drop tines last year, and they were just kind of seeing what he was going to come back and do this year or next year or whatever. But didn't work out. We're going to go in, get a little breakfast, and we may go over to another little spot they have. Well, we've gotten to a second location, and it's going to be a little tough, but we're setting up. It's probably going to be about a 20-yard shot if it happens. Probably not going to be a bunch of B-rolling tonight because this blind is long and narrow, and there's 3 of us in it. So Joe's dropping off the truck, coming back. We're going to get ready. There is a big deer here in this area. He's actually moved from Monica's stand back over to here, and they say he is really a toad. So I'm excited. Hopefully tonight is the night that we put the smack down on a big South Texas whitetail. There's a nice buck coming, big bodied. This day comes to an end. We actually switched up, went into another area where they definitely had a big deer that we were going to get the green light on. Just didn't work out. 2 come in, some management deer, and it was really a big 8. They just did not cooperate. They were boogered and they took off on us. So we're going to get back, get something to eat, get a good night's rest, and get started tomorrow morning.
This segment is brought to you by Tallent Roofing, quality roofing since 1987. Kuiu, the most advanced mountain hunting clothing and equipment on earth. Alamo Precision Rifles, the best rifles this side of the Pecos. You're watching Double Lung Outdoors TV.
We've kind of switched up a little bit this evening, and we've moved to another location, and they got some good, big deer coming in here as well. Hell, they got big deer all over this place, but they've really got some big deer in here. Nothing's actually been hunted here for a few days or a few weeks, and so they're going to let me hunt here this evening. They don't let a lot of people hunt on it. It's the family lease, so we're going to have to sit tight, be quiet. And it is kind of a little tight blind, but we've got everything out, getting ready, so we're going to see what happens.
We probably got in there around 3:30, and 4:30, deer started moving. We had some does, 3 or 4 does come in, and then we had some good bucks passing through. We had some bucks in front of us, some bucks behind us. And it was getting a little later on into the hunt, probably pushing 5 o'clock. Deer really don't start moving, till after 5. But so it was 5:15, and seen a buck coming directly straight onto us, and I told Joe, and it was fortunate. It was the buck that I had the green light on, and it was a great buck. He probably come in he was at about 20 yards. Joe gave me the green light. He looked at him, said, "He's your buck." He kind of settled in. There was some other deer around there kind of bumping him. And he kind of settled in. I ranged him about 20, 21 yards.
I just shot a toad, and we felt that the shot was great. I just put it right in behind. He wasn't no more than 20, 21 yards, and he was pumping blood, but he went out, and we last seen him he was right at about 60 yards. He walked in behind some cactus.
I went out with Joe, and I shot a toad of a deer, a big body, good rack on him, and might have hit him a little low, and we thought it was a great shot. Found blood. We actually went in. Joe found him where he'd bedded down. We backed out, and Brett here called a good friend of his. We just got out of there. We just Joe really felt like that if we bumped him anymore, that push him on out. So we was a little nervous. Brett called Roy, and here we are. They've got the dogs. They've got him on track. He's got him bayed. We're going in. We shot this deer at about probably a little after 5 o'clock. And it's 10:30. We felt that it was a great shot. Might have been a little low. He come in. We actually had to call Roy Hines. They come in, tracked the deer, got the dogs on him, I think he was about 800 yards in, wasn't he?
Yes, sir.
He is a toad. I seen him coming through the brush. I told Joe, I said, I don't know if that's our deer that we got the green light on, but I mean, look at him. I mean, he was really a hell of a deer. And
Pretty deer.
Joe,
Congratulations,
Brett.
Yes, sir. Congratulations.
thank y'all both.
This segment is brought to you by Elite Archery, makers of the world's most shootable bows. Vortex Optics, the force of optics. Slick Trick, the deadliest broadhead, period. Scott Archery, the #1 name in the release game. This segment is brought to you by Dillon Manufacturing, fiberglass deer blinds. Eberly Stock, our favorite hunting pack. True Glow, when brightness counts. Fox Pro, high performance game calls. You're watching Double Lung Outdoors TV.
We're back after it again this morning. We definitely had a long day yesterday. Did end up shooting a great buck yesterday evening, but it ended up turning into a long night. I think Jaron and I laid down, it was right at 2 o'clock this morning. Found the deer. We got him hung up, tagged, and we finally got in. So, but we're back at it again this morning. See if we can connect on another big whitetail here in South Texas. We're back in the blind that we started out in. You know, every time we've been here, we've seen good deer, but just, you know, it just didn't work out for us. So hopefully this morning there is about 3 or 4 deer that's in this area right here that we've got the green light on. So hopefully this morning want to walk in and we can get the nod and possibly get us a big old South Texas whitetail, chocolate horns. There's that big 8 from yesterday, and he's gonna come around. All right. When he turns, I'm gonna give it to him, Jaron. If you're on him, all right, he's about to turn. All right. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. We just shot a big 8-point. I might have touched him a little high, but we're gonna give him a little bit, get out of the blind, check the air, and see what happens. It's got blood all over it, Jared. Well, it's been about an hour and a half when we shot this buck this morning, and you know, we felt like the shot was great. Had a lot of blood on the arrow, after some lung and we feel and everything else, and but we did give him a little bit of time, so we're going to walk in and hopefully he's not that far off into this brush. Look right there in the tree. I mean, he didn't go, what is that?
75? Maybe,
60, 75 yards, didn't go 75 yards. Slick Trick did it again. Oh, man. Roy, I'm sorry. Jared, I want you to come in here.
Caught in it.
He is huge, man. I tell you what.
Hey, congratulations,
Joe,
brother.
God almighty, Joe. We set up on this deer about 4 days ago, and he was on the hit list. I mean, just a phenomenal 8. You can see body, weight on them, great horns. You know, we definitely want to thank Brett Holden. We're here at the Holden Pasture lease here in Carrizo Springs. We've been here for the last 4 or 5 days, and I've been behind the bow, but we're definitely excited. Great deer, big. Joe's went to get the truck. We're going to get this thing tagged, loaded up into the cooler. Double Lung Outdoors, Holden Pasture lease here in Carrizo Springs.